Everybody, Artosis here with the CasterMuse Star League Season 4. This is the round of 16 Group D, and it is the elimination match. Game number 2 between Light and HyuK. If you haven't seen game number 1 yet, I definitely suggest that you go and check that out now. With that being said, let's talk about game 1 a little bit. It was on Ringing Bloom, and HyuK went for a kind of all-in Mutalisk strategy. Really focused heavily upon making a ton of Mutalisks, was trying to harass with it. Didn't really find that much damage, and Light countered with an extremely fast factory. He got a factory up at about 6 minutes, allowing him to rush up to Science Vessels. And it just became incredibly hard for HyuK to find any way to win the game other than to dive in and try to kill Light. Now, unfortunately, that didn't work. Light had tons of turrets. He had a +1 upgrade on his Marines and Medics, and he macroed very, very well. So it turned out to be a pretty one-sided game going to Light. Now, what are we going to see here? This is Shakura's Temple, a very different map and a very different opener. Light is going for a forward 8 racks. So this, he's looking to put on pressure for sure. It's not like in the center or anything. There's not buildable terrain in the center of this map. So this is about as aggressive as you can get in the early game of Terran vs. Zerg, is to just make the 8 barracks in front of your base and make the Marines and hope that they aren't cross spawns. Well, they are close spawns, luckily for Light and unluckily for HyuK here. HyuK, let's see where he scouts. The Overlord is coming down, so the drone won't be going this way. Overlord sees an SCV coming out. Let's see when he gets to scout this. Turning in a little bit. Of course, he wants to check about any command centers or anything like that. Let's see the moment. He sees the barracks here. It's already completed, so he's got to watch out for this incoming pressure. A drone comes down immediately. You cannot let a bunker get up. That would be so detrimental to his economic growth. Okay, bringing more drones. Looks like he's sending a total of 5 right now, just putting damage on this bunker, making sure it can't finish. Light has to cancel. His first Marine coming up. See what this micro looks like. All right, a lot of drones coming out now. 8 drones on the battlefield. Only 4 left mining. 9 now. Another one joining. And actually going around. Look at this. Kind of an interesting move. The Overlord spots where everything is. So the drone's dancing. He doesn't want to lose drones here. If Light can even kill a couple of drones, then this rush will basically pay for itself. Already a lot of lost mining time here as well. Targeting down 1 drone immediately. Tries to get another one. Doesn't quite get it. Loses his SCV as well. And that might be the end of it. So I would say overall, this was probably pretty reasonable for HyuK. The general consensus amongst pros seems to be that you need to kill about 2 drones. And if you can kill any more than that, you're basically ahead as Terran. So only killing, you know, a single drone there, losing his SCV, but he is teching up behind it. So the aggression is certainly not done. A vulture being made. Of course, HyuK, with his Overlord here, sees that there's no command center, so you kind of have to assume that a vulture could be coming, and in fact is going to make a sunken colony right away to make sure that that vulture can't destroy him. We have the natural gas taken as opposed to the main. We don't have any sign as of yet what we're going to be seeing as far as like layer. This is kind of a funny counterattack. I wasn't even talking about it because I didn't really expect a move like this, but Light runs in his 2 remaining Marines and tries to get some pressure done with those. He actually kills a drone. I think that that's okay. Like, he gets up, he sees the gas, he sees that there's a sunken colony, and yeah, loses the 2 Marines, but I think that was pretty reasonable. All right, taking a look at Light's base. He did make the single vulture, but with the sunken here, he can't really do anything. The vulture can watch for anything trying to get out, like Zerglings or another expanding drone. He's going into a Wraith. This is going to give him some great scouting potential, as well as killing Overlords. And the command center. So just kind of building his economy from here a little bit. A very small army overall, with just the vulture to deal with everything. But what is HyuK going to do? We see the 3rd hatch. The layer is, you know, about 75% of the way done, and he does have the Hydralisk Den, which is kind of standard against 1-1-1. You need to be able to make some some Hydralisks just to stop all your Overlords from dying to the Wraith. So here comes the first Wraith. And in fact, it's probably going to be the only Wraith. You generally don't see more than one with this opener. Kills off that first Overlord. And of course, we do have some Hydras being made to protect the rest of the Overlords. One left in the main. Looks like he's just going to kind of spread them out a little bit to protect all over the place so the Wraith can't do anything. But the Wraith going to fly up. Trying to get a bit of scouting intel. Goes towards the natural. And he should have seen that Spire now. He sees that third hatchery. That is a lot of stuff that he's seen. I feel like the Wraith has done its job reasonably well. Speed upgrade. Oh, and a drop from Light. It looks like he's going to drop 3 Vultures into the main base of HyuK. I love the move. A very strong one that could end up doing a lot of damage. The Wraith coming over here now, trying to get some more harassment done, going after this Overlord. HyuK going to get supply blocked if he loses that. Some fancy micro here from Light to be able to kill it off. And look at that, 30 of 27. So annoying for our Zerg player. Has to build another Overlord now. Just starts up a few of them. And where is that dropship? Here it is, coming across the map. Of course, he's already killed the Overlord, so there's no scouting. The Vulture has kept any Lings from coming out as well, so he's basically playing this blind. And with 4 Speed Vultures coming in, I think Light's going to get a lot of drones. We'll see a few Hydras here to help defend, but the Vultures can run past or fight them. 4 against 2, definitely not a fair fight. The Vulture's getting on top of the second Hydra, killing 2 so far. And now mines are done, but there is a Sunken in the main base. Really great defensive play here from HyuK. Light going over to on top of the natural, trying to pick off some drones. Will get a bit of damage there. Going to get 1 drone kill. Trying to get anything that he can, but I tell you what, this Sunken really saved HyuK in this game. He might lose if it weren't for this. Now a Hydra coming up to try to push this stuff back. More Hydras being made, as well as Overlord speed right now. And it seems like the Vulture harassment is just about done. Not a lot more damage that can be done. The mine actually connecting here with a Hydra. As the Hydras pick off everything else. Just a single Vulture left over. Let's take a look back at the home of Light. He actually has chosen to make some more Wraiths. And this is occasionally something you'll see from Pro Terrans when they do a build like this. You know, the 1-1-1, which stands for 1 barracks, 1 factory, and 1 starport, which is your production at the beginning of the game. But he's gone for 3 Wraiths with Cloak, which will hold off early Mutalisks, but won't really scale. So he's going to move these across the map, get some more scouting done, maybe be able to do a bit of harassment as well. But we see from HyuK that he's got Overlord speed. He's making a lot of Hydras. He's getting Hydralisk speed right now. It does look like he's going for, I mean, a Hydra-based play, which I'm not really sure what the plan is, because Hydras generally aren't that good against Terran. Well, the Cloaked Wraiths coming out. They've already killed a couple of Scourge, picking off Overlords where they can. Few mines still around the map as he has continued to pump a few Vultures. But as he sees the actual Hydralisk count, Light switching into Siege Tanks, switching into Marines as well. The Wraiths really being annoying here. Let's see what else they can get done. Trying to micro against this Overlord. Just fantastic control here from Light. Looks like the Overlord is staying back successfully. Still flying around looking for that damage. Trying to get the Scourge. Maybe flying a bit too close to the sun this time. Only a single Wraith left over. He will get out, but the Wraiths, I mean, their time being useful in this game is just about over anyways. Taking a look back at Light's base. Going up to 5 barracks. Getting some upgrades. Vessels, siege tanks, getting everything he really needs. He's going to want to move out in the next minute to 2 minutes to really try to put pressure on to HyuK, who is taking a 3rd base right now, but has a funny army. Right? Like, he's playing with Hydras at the moment. He's making a few groups of Lings, so it looks like it's going to be mostly a Hydra Ling. And he is going to Hive, so I guess if he gets up to Defiler, this becomes a bit more playable. But just in general, Hydras don't really do that well against Marines and Medics and Siege Tanks. Ooh, a big mine hit there, killing off 2 Hydras just about for free. Vulture getting in, doing some scouting, seeing how many Lings are out there. And I think Light has to be feeling pretty strong. He's actually even adding another barracks, making sure that he can really produce that army up as quickly as possible. The Hydra's still in the center, clearing any mines that might be left over. Adrenal on the way, so he's really going to be focusing on that Zergling production. And where's the Defiler Mound? Are we even going to see it? No. Oh my gosh, kind of an interesting strategy here. He's going for double Evolution Chamber and an Ultralisk Cavern, so it looks like it's just Hydras to kind of clear everything out, like the, you know, the tech units that Light used early on, like Vultures, like the Wraiths, and then Ultra Ling behind that with upgrades. And I mean, Ultra Ling, if you mass it up, is super, super strong, but it's going to be a while before he actually has Chitinous Plating and Ultralisk Speed. And without those, I don't think that this army can really fight against Terran. He definitely needs both the upgrades. But as I said, Light was looking to move out within a couple minutes. Here he is in that time frame. Starting to go across the map. He's got 3 vessels, 3 tanks, fire bats, marines, medics. This army looks really, really strong. Also up about 25 supply right now. Okay, here we go. The Lings and Hydras coming in. A great defense matrix goes down there. The fire bat chewing through the Lings on the side, and HyuK has to pull back very quickly from that. This Bioforce just overwhelming against HyuK. HyuK running back towards his third, but no real defense there. Even if there were, there's 3 siege tanks coming up. Able to save all of them during that fight with the clutch defense matrix. A few Scourge have joined the fray to try to pick off the science vessels. But this, it feels like it's too little too late. 3 Ultras are being made. Let's see if those can come out and swing the tide of battle. Uh-oh, a lot of the Lings taking damage as they pop out to that rally point. Light on top of the rally now, going to siege up. And honestly, does he even fit through here with the Ultras? I'm not so sure, but as that Sunken goes down, of course, it opens up a door for the Ultras. Of course, Chitinous Plating not done as of yet, about 70% of the way done. The Marines getting in here, putting the damage on these Ultras. This is a terrible situation for HyuK. He loses the little flanking group he had there as well, and that's going to be it. HyuK, unfortunately eliminated, but Light keeps his chances alive.